Hey everybody, welcome to the H channel. Today we're going to talk about the 5 ways successful people handle toxic people. Most sources of stress at work are easily to identify. If your nonprofit is working to land a grant that your organization needs to function, you're bound to feel stress and likely know how to manage it. But it's the unexpected sources of stress that take you by surprise and harm you the most. And those sources can be bosses, coworkers, and clients. Whether it's negativity, cruelty, the weakness syndrome, or just plain craziness, toxic people drive your brain into a stressful state that should be avoided at all costs. The Whitehall II study, which followed over 10,000 subjects for 12 years, found that people in toxic relationships had an increased risk for experiencing heart problems, including fatal heart attacks, than people who were in healthy relationships. While I've run across numerous effective strategies that successful people employ when dealing with toxic people, what follows are 5 of the best. To deal with toxic people effectively, you need an approach that enables you across the board to control what you can and eliminate what you can't. The important thing to remember is that you are in control far more than you realize. Here are methods that successful people use to keep other people's behavior from affecting their work and happiness. First, they limit the time and energy with chronic complainers. Complainers and negative people are bad news because they wallow their problems and fail to focus on solutions. They want people to join their pity party so they can feel better about themselves. People often feel pressure to listen to complainers because they don't want to be seen as callous or rude. But there's a fine line between lending a sympathetic ear and getting sucked into the negative emotional spiral. You can avoid this only by setting limits and distancing yourself when necessary. Think of it this way: if a complainer were smoking, would you sit there all afternoon inhaling the secondhand smoke? You distance yourself, and you should do the same with complainers. A great way to set limits is to ask complainers how they intend to fix the problem. They will either quiet down or redirect the conversation in a productive direction. Number 2, they pick their battles with toxic people wisely. Successful people know how important it is to live to fight another day, especially when your foe is a toxic individual. In conflict, unchecked emotion makes you dig your heels in and fight the kind of battle that can leave you severely damaged. When you read and respond to your emotions, you are able to choose the battles wisely and only stand your ground when the time is right. Number 3, they won't let others limit their joy. When your sense of pleasure and satisfaction are derived from the opinions from other people, you are no longer the master of your own happiness. When emotionally intelligent people feel good about something that they've done, they won't let anyone's opinions or snide remarks take that away from them. While it is impossible to turn off your reaction to what others think of you, you don't have to compare yourself to others, and you can always take people's opinions with a grain of salt. That way, no matter what toxic people are thinking or doing, your self-worth comes from within. Regardless of what people think of you at any particular moment, one thing is certain: you are never as good or bad as they say you are. Number 4, they don't let people push their buttons. Maintaining emotional distance requires awareness. You can't stop anyone from pushing your buttons if you don't recognize when it's happening. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you need to regroup and choose the best way forward. This is fine, and you shouldn't be afraid to buy yourself some time to do so. Think of it this way: if a mentally unstable person approaches you on the street and tells you he's John F. Kennedy, you are unlikely to set him straight. When you find yourself with a coworker who is engaged in similarly derailed thinking, sometimes it's best to just smile and nod. If you are going to have to straighten them out, it's better to give yourself some time to plan the best way to go about it. Number 5, they establish boundaries. This is the area where most people tend to sell themselves short. They feel like because they work or live with someone, they have no way to control the chaos. This couldn't be further from the truth. Even if you work with someone closely on a project team, that doesn't mean that you need to have the same level of one-on-one interaction with them that you have with other team members. You can establish a boundary, but you will have to do so consciously and proactively. If you let things happen naturally, you are bound to find yourself constantly embroiled in difficult conversations. If you set boundaries and decide when and where you engage a difficult person, you can control much of the chaos. The only trick is to stick to your guns and keep boundaries in place when the person tries to encroach upon them, which they will. That's all for the sharing today. If you like this video, please consider to smash the subscribe button and turn on all the notifications so that you're not gonna miss out any video just like this from this channel. And most importantly, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to read and reply to your comment. And I hope to see you in the next video.